What's the deal, baby? You already know it is the big boss out, boss dog. Can't poke through the door. Here to talk this boxing. What's good with y'all? Today's video gonna be called The Skill Set of Bud Crawford. We're gonna talk about that, man. There's a lot of y'all who been asking me to do this video, so I'm gonna do this video. So let's get right into it. I ain't finna waste no time. Terrence Crawford is a boxer puncher, good counterer, combination puncher, high IQ, you know, can box, can brawl, you know, can do it all. Now, brawling is not his strong suit, you know what I mean? But he can do it. You know what I mean? He does have heart. You know, he does have elite footwork. And he does have elite IQ. The problem is that he's beat people who don't need to be in there with him. He got them out of there. You know what I mean? He's shown that, hey, I'm better than this dude. The problem, and you know what I mean? I keep it 1,000 on my channel. The problem I have with Bud Crawford is, it's not even really a problem, okay? We haven't seen that against another top fighter. You know what I mean? Like, when you see Errol Spence in there with top talent, right? He's leveled up. The only fight that I can say was tough for him was the Shawn Porter fight, which I knew going into that fight it was going to be tough because Shawn Porter come to fight, all right? And then think about it. What were they saying about Shawn Porter before that fight? What did Errol Spence say about Shawn Porter before that fight? You fight like you drowning. You can't fight. You an in-shape street fighter. Hold on. I had to laugh. That boy, Errol, hugged that boy. But anyway, Shawn Porter was motivated for that fight. He wasn't really too inspired for Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? They friends. Think about it. Bud Crawford come on Shawn Porter show all the time. Errol Spence ain't been on Shawn Porter show. I think he been on there once. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. He may have been on there once, but he ain't really been on, you know what I'm saying? Bud Crawford came on Shawn Porter show maybe 2 or 3 times. They friends, they tight, they cool, they talk. You know what I'm saying? Errol and Shawn don't, you know, there's like a dislike, you know what I mean, for each other. So Shawn Porter was definitely motivated for that fight. You know what I mean? And he was a champion. He didn't want to lose his belt. You know what I mean? But when he fought Bud, it was like, I guess I'll fight him. I don't know. I got to call. Y'all remember, he was like, I got to call him first and see, you know, if that's what he want to do. Oh, yeah. And then he was like, oh, yeah, well, Bud said he got other things planned, so we don't know if this fight going to happen. So he didn't really want to fight Bud, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just keep it 1,000. All we can deal with is the facts. You know? But, to get back on topic. And me personally, I'm speaking for me. That skill set that Bud has, that's elite. You see it. You see the skill set. You see the high IQ. You see everything. You know what I mean? I haven't seen him do that against top competition. Now, granted, when you in there with guys that ain't supposed to be there with you, you could do a whole bunch of shit. You know what I mean? Like, we just gonna be real. You could do a whole bunch of shit with guys that's not supposed to be in there with you. But when you in there with another great, you know what I mean? How do you look? You know what I mean? The only fighter, shit, I've heard Errol Spence and Shakur Stevenson say this. When they be like, hey, this guy does this good. Do you think this is going to be your toughest fight? They say, I don't know. We'll see when we get in there. That's how it is. You know what I mean? And this Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence fight, I know what Errol Spence is. We know what he is because we've seen him in there with top competition. We've seen him adjust. You know what I mean? When he in there with another top fighter, he levels up. You know what I mean? I haven't seen Bud in there. Although I've seen his skill set, I see the elite talent. I do see it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say that that Bud is not a great fighter. I'll be capping to you if I say that. We see it, but the issue is I don't know how he gonna perform when he get in there with another top fighter. I don't know that. You know what I mean? Like, I can speak hypothetically and be like, hey, Bud gonna get in here and do this. You know what I mean? Like, I think, me personally, and I've told y'all, Bud gonna get in there and he gonna look to box Errol. That's what I think, until he get hit with some hard shit, and then he gonna be like, fuck that, let's fight. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, that's what I believe. Not sitting here saying that I'm right and saying that, oh, this is for sure. But I'm just sitting here saying that's what he gonna do. Just based off of what I've seen him do in previous fights against lower competition. If a dude who not on his level hit Bud Crawford and get him off his game, what you think he gonna do when he get in there with an elite fighter like Errol, and Errol hit him with some hard shit? That's all I'm saying. But for me to sit here and be like, Bud ain't skilled, I'll be lying, I'll be capping. And we don't do that on my channel. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know for sure how he gonna perform. He may get in there and he may do the same thing that he do in other fights. You know what I mean? He may get in there and he may. It's a possibility. You know what I'm saying? He may get in there, take Errol Spence jab away, and outclass Errol. He may do that. That's a very high possibility. Not taking none away from that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying that, oh man, Errol finna, you know, there's no way, shape, or form he gon'. No. You know me, I keep it 1,000. I give the pros and cons in boxing when I predict my fights. But I haven't seen it with him against other compo as far as another top fighter. You know what I mean? Another great. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen him level up. Like I say, when Errol, when he get in there with another elite fighter, he level up. When they cut it up, he cut it up. You know what I'm saying? When he in there with a dude and the dude cut it up, fuck it, I'm going to cut up too. His last fight against Ugas. Prime example. You know, they filling each other out. Errol cut it up a little bit. Ugas start cutting it up for real. Ugas start trying to, you know, really whoop Errol ass. So Errol say, fuck that shit. And Errol start getting with Buddy. You know what I mean? He cut it up to another level. But it's not reckless. You know what I mean? Bud not reckless either. He very sharp. Look, Bud sharp as a thumbtack. Not gonna lie to you. He's sharper than a butcher's knife. But at the end of the day, I don't know how he gonna perform when he get in there with another top fighter like Errol Spence. I don't know. I know what Errol is because I've seen Errol fight other competition, and then he get in there and then he washed him. You know what I'm saying? That's what he does. You know what I mean? Bud washes all. He has all knockouts at welterweight. All knockouts. But it's not against top competition. And this is not to bash Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? It's not to bash him. These are facts. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we'll have to see how he comes into this fight. You know what I mean? Because Errol coming with some shit. That's just what it is. He coming with some shit that, I don't know. Now, y'all remember when they was talking shit to each other, Bud said, try to go to the body on me. They all say that until they get in there with Errol. And next thing you know, I'm not even gonna, and we're not gonna, and I'll make a video about this. We're not gonna make no excuses. We're not gonna use Bud age as an excuse. There's no excuse. There's no damn excuse. We're not gonna use his age as an excuse. Bud is in his prime. He a great fighter. Like I said, I look at Errol Spence as far as welterweights as 1A, Bud 1B. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. That's how great Bud Crawford is. He's a great fighter. I ain't taking nothing away. You see the talent. Just like you, when you look at Boots, you see the talent. I'll be lying if I sit here and say, damn. For example, when you saw LeBron James back in the day, right? You saw the talent. You was like, man, if that motherfucker get on a good team, or, you know, if he figured this shit out, you know, boom. And what happened? Once he figured it out, he know how to elevate his team. You know what I mean? There were some Cavs teams that LeBron played on. Like, when he came back, when he came from Miami, he came back when Kyrie and Kevin Love got hurt. Who did he have? He still went to the finals. You know what I mean? He still beat a lot of those teams. There were some good, tough teams in the East. You know? You look at a young LeBron James, or, you know what I'm saying? You like, man, I see the talent. He going to be a motherfucker. You know what I mean? When you looked at Kevin Durant back in the day, and I know I'm getting into another sport, but I'm just saying, you see guys, you see the talent. You know what I mean? You see, like, damn, this motherfucker going to be a motherfucker when he figured this shit out. Now, granted, Bud is 35 years old, fit to be 35 years old. He got shit figured out. But he just ain't been in those marquee fights, those legacy fights where you like, damn. You know what I'm saying? That's it for me. You know what I mean? But Bud does have counter punching ability. Bud does have elite feet work. Bud is sharp and accurate, quick, great combination puncher. Takes stuff away from you. He do that. He takes your whatever you do well, he takes it away from you. We're not taking nothing away from that. But at the end of the day, I haven't seen that against great competition. I haven't. And I watch a lot of Bud fights. I watch all his fights at welterweight. I watch all his fights at 140. I watch some of his fights at 135. Okay? But we're not talking about those other weight classes. At 147, I haven't seen that skill set against another fighter that's top tier. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Because I'm going to keep it a stack. If the Shawn Porter that fought Errol Spence, that was motivated, that was a champion, that was top of the line, that was the best Shawn Porter we've seen, right? That fought Errol Spence. If that Shawn Porter fought Terrence Crawford, I don't know if Terrence Crawford wins. Not saying he gonna lose, but I don't know if he wins that fight. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Now, granted, even this Shawn Porter that fought Bud Crawford was giving Bud Crawford problems. You know what I mean? He made Bud fight in spurts of the fight. He made him fight. Bud kind of wanted to box Shawn Porter and move, make a miss, make a pay. Shawn Porter's cutting off the ring. You know what I'm saying? Creating angles for himself to land shots, and made Bud fight at times. But Bud did a good job of wrapping up Shawn Porter. You know what I mean? He did a good job of wrapping up Shawn Porter. When you wrap up a fighter who is aggressive, you know what I mean? Who is aggressive and, you know, who's trying to walk you down, that makes them reset. You know what I mean? So then they got to start all over. They got to start the journey all over. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Bud has the potential to do that. Bud can do that. But I don't know if he gonna, I don't know. Because I haven't seen him do it against top tier talent. You know what I mean? You look at Errol Spence, who's fought top tier talent. You know what I mean? He's leveled up every time. You know? And that's the beautiful thing about this fight. You know, if it's made, it's because it literally could go either way. You could make an argument for Errol Spence. You could make an argument for Bud Crawford. Now, people who follow my channel know in previous videos, I'm picking Errol Spence to stop Bud Crawford. And it's only because I feel like Bud, at times, ego fights. And you can't do that against a dude like Errol. You gotta stay sharp. You gotta stay smart. You gotta stay locked in. I feel like out of the two, Elspeth is the more disciplined fighter as far as staying locked in a fight. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Bud won an ego fighting. Oh shit, you hit me with that shot? Shit, I'm finna get that shot back. What's up, nigga? Like, that's Bud. You know what I mean? He don't stay disciplined. And that's against lesser competition. So imagine if he was in a top tier fight and he get hit with some shit and he like, fuck that, let's fight. No. You know what I'm saying? No. You know what I mean? Like, no. But that's the beautiful thing about this fight. You know what I mean? Both of these dudes are skilled. Both of them. You know what I mean? I feel like Elspeth is more skilled than Bud Crawford, but whatever. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. You know, we could debate that all day. You know what I'm saying? But you won't ever hear me say that Bud Crawford is a trash fighter. We don't do that. A lot of y'all Bud buddies do that. Y'all sit there and say, oh, Bud got wash ARL suck. Nah. That means that let me know you don't know boxing. You on that Roy Jones Jr. stuff. You only watch Bud Crawford. Or you probably never seen Bud fight. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to drop another video about that. Because I got some questions for y'all Bud buddies. You know what I'm saying? But Bud Crawford is a very skilled fighter, very talented fighter. I just need to see how he gonna perform in there with top talent. Boss gone.